Hello, good day. I am just about to head over to Bathampton to go and stay in a canal boat overnight with a bloke that I met on the internet. It's not what it seems, but more about that later. First of all, I want to tell you, I want to share a massive win in my life, and my hope is that by sharing this, I've been trying some stuff, and I hope that by sharing this that you are going to have a better life, you can live a better quality of life. Really simply, it's about decluttering. You could also think about it as far as setting up your space for optimal living. So decluttering is usually the place to start. Get rid of anything that you aren't using, haven't used, don't need, isn't really valuable to you, and you can declutter any area of your life. For me, I kind of did massive declutter on my physical possessions because I was leaving Australia, and in 2 weeks I got rid of pretty much all of my stuff. I just brought one big tea chest, which has just turned up at my mum's place. So, you know, we can declutter on the physical plane, we can declutter on the digital plane, in terms of, you know, like emails or files, digital junk that's lying around. And we can also declutter in terms of how we use our time and obviously energy. So what I've found is that, and I'm sure you know this to be true, is that once I let go and possibly get rid of the things that I really don't need, life is so much better. So physically, I feel really free to just, you know, like, you know when you're on holiday and you've just packed your bag and you don't have to worry about any of your other stuff when you get back. You just live with the things in your bag, and life is so simple because you know, Max Igan, and I'm sure he's not the first to say it, he said, you know, the things that you think you own actually own you. If you're worried about losing them, or you need to have space, you need to have a whole room in your house for stuff that is in boxes, that stuff owns you. You know, it's expensive to have a whole room full of stuff. It's expensive to store stuff, both in terms of money and time and energy and awareness. And I moved house about 7 times in the last couple of years in Sydney, and I'd borrow my mate Ben's van, and a few of my mates would help me to move, and I started to realise that we were moving the same boxes, like several cubic meters worth of stuff, from place to place to place, and it's all stuff that I didn't touch. I needed to go through it and work out what to do. And when I finally had a deadline because I was leaving for good, it gave me the impetus to do that, and you know, a lot of moving stuff around unnecessarily, but it was worth it to learn the lesson. So digitally, you know, do you get hundreds of emails per day that you don't really want to get? At the moment, I hardly get like 1 or 2 emails a day, and it's great because they're all the really juicy ones that I really want to get, and that are valuable, that are people that I want to connect with, that I want to be of service to, that are giving me information, that are sharing stuff with me. And the third area, time. Do you know, what if you could live your time at high value the whole time? Sometimes people get a bit scared by that because they think it means they have to be doing stuff the whole time, but I include time doing high quality nothing. It's not watching TV, programming yourself with more junk information from the TV or Facebook. I actually mean, you know, like just lying under a tree, or, you know, meditating, or going for a walk, or whatever you like to do. And so what if your time, what if you knew that you know, could make space in your life? What if you could make space to not feel like you have to rush off somewhere, and not feel that you have to always be going on to the next thing? What if you know, the big change here for me has been, instead of having a massive list of things to do, like 20 tasks to tick off, I don't have that anymore. I just have I just spend an afternoon or a few hours doing something, and all the tasks are kind of obvious, and I just like get in a flow and a groove, and so that's just brought a lot of joy to me. And so, are you running around chasing your own tail, feeling like you've got to do lots of stuff? And what if you could just stop? What if you can clear out things that eat into your time? And you know, it's really, really not a mystery. I mean, I do have a system which I'm going to be sharing, and I'm also going to, well, I am offering some coaching sessions to help people with this, because when you get right on the inside and in here and in here and here, then it's a lot easier. You know, you can do things just flow, or you can identify where your blockages are. But in any case, if you're up for the challenge, pick one area, be nice and tight and specific. It could be a folder in your email, it could be like a day of the week that you want to declutter in terms of time, or it could just be a shelf in your fridge or like a book cupboard that you're going to and just spend some time decluttering. Just get started and start clearing out stuff you don't love and need and want, so that you've got space, and space for clarity, space for inspiration, space for the things that you love and use and need. And so, oh, I have to tell you about why I'm going to see this guy I met on the internet. Right, so when I got back from overseas, I really wanted a motorbike, and I went and bought the Red Rocket from Toaster, which is sort of like half an hour away from where I grew up, and got talking to the guy. And coincidence of all, it turns out that Paul used to have some friends on the same street where I grew up, in Agnes Road, where I spent like the first 18 years of my life. And furthermore, it turns out he'd actually even been inside my house, because my crazy dad, who's now in Brazil, just invited him in with his mates and said, oh, come and have a look around the house. So it was a pretty spooky and bizarre coincidence, very cool. Through buying the motorbike and you know, Paul just being a good guy, we've become friends, and he's staying on this houseboat, and he said, hey, come and stay on the houseboat. So I've always wanted to stay on a houseboat just to see what it's like, one of those narrow boats. So I'm going down there, and I'm going to go say hello to Paul and hang out down there by the river for the night. So I'm going to sign off, and I will catch you on the other side. Ciao.